Did you ever get a song stuck in your head? Well, that's what I'm hoping will happen with this week's math video. That song that we started off with is a real helpful way to help you remember the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. Today's topic, we're also going to add one more called an outlier. But first, why should you never trust a math teacher who is holding graph paper? I'll give you a second to think about that. Because they're always plotting something. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the mode. And the definition of mode is the number or numbers that appear most often. It's important to note that there can be no mode in a set of numbers and there can be more than one mode in a set of numbers. Let's take a look at this example on the screen. In this first example, I have the numbers 7, 3, 10, and 25. In this particular set of numbers, we would say that there is no mode because there is no number that occurs more than once. In this next example, I've got the numbers 8, 17, 3, 17, 8, and 6. In this example, as you can see, there are two modes. The numbers that appear most often are 17 and 8. So we would say that the modes for this example are 17 and 8. Now the next one I want to talk about is the range. The definition of range is the difference between the largest and smallest number. If you put these numbers in order, it makes it very easy to do. Simply take your largest number and your smallest number and find the difference. In this particular example that we have up here on the screen, my largest number is 7 and my smallest number is 1. 7 minus 1 is 6, therefore 6 would be the range of this set of numbers. Now the next term I want to talk to you about is the outlier. Our definition of outlier is a value that is very different from the others. Sometimes it could be a lot higher or it could be a lot lower. And outliers can change or have an impact on the other data. One example I like to use when I'm in my class when we're talking about outliers, a good way to visually think about it is to think about 4 items. Think about bananas, apples, broccoli, and oranges. If you had to guess of that group, what would the outlier be? I hope you would say broccoli, because broccoli is a vegetable and all the others are fruits. So there's lots of different ways that can help us to remember what an outlier is. So it's a value that's very different from all the others. Let's take a look at this example on our screen. The numbers are 7, 10, 92, 6, 8, and 9. What would you guess is the outlier? I hope you said 92, because if you did, you would be correct. The next term that I want to talk to you about is the median. There are 5 terms here today, so we're on number 4 right now. The median is the middle value when the data is in numerical order. Or it's the mean of the 2 middle values if there are an even number of items. Let's take a look at some examples on the screen. We have the numbers 6, 10, 12, 15, 17. We have an odd number of items in this set. So the median is going to be the one that falls right in the middle. Now, problems in the book, or if you're introduced with examples like this, they're not always going to put the numbers in order for you. So you have to remember to put your numbers in numerical order and then find the middle value. Remember, if there's an even number of items, it's the mean or average of the 2 numbers in the middle. Let's show you how that works with this example. 8, 21, 36, 52. Well, our median is going to fall somewhere between 21 and 36. So to calculate the mean or the average, and that's our last term coming up, but to calculate the mean or average of 21 and 36, you would add them together and divide by 2. 21 plus 36 equals 57, and then 57 divided by 2 is 28.5. So our median for this set of numbers on the screen is 28.5. When I'm in my classroom, I always try to bring in some sort of a visual that might help students remember some of these terms. And if you're driving down the highway and you've got one lane of traffic going north and one going south, and right in the center there is a guardrail and some grass, that's called the median strip. Median strip, it's right in the middle of the highway. The way that we would find the mean of a set of numbers is to add up all the items and divide by the number of items in the set. And remember, this is sometimes referred to as the average. You hear averages all the time, like batting averages or points per game averages. Let's take a look at an example up here on the screen. Let's pretend that these are the goals that you scored in a soccer game. 2, 2, 0, 1, 0, 3, and 1. Go back to our definition of mean. We're going to add them all up and then divide by the number of items in the set. So when we add up all of those digits, we get 9. And since there are 7 numbers in the set, we would divide by 7. And we would get 1.285. If we rounded that off to the hundredths place, it would simply be 1.29. So we could say your mean or your average goals scored would be 1.29. Coming up next are some examples for you to try. Good luck. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's math video on mean, median, mode, range, and outlier. Until next time, this is Mr. Earl saying stay safe and be kind to each other. So long.